So what are we looking for in a candidate's academic record?
That's a great question. An important one too. Obviously, the reason we ask for and care about someone's academic record, typically their undergraduate record, is because it can be predictive of their performance in the MBA classroom. And so we're looking at past performance as an indicator of how well they'll do in the MBA curriculum. Obviously, it's not a one size fits all. We have a broad diversity of students who come in, and we look well beyond the sort of bottom line GPA. I think people tend to sort of fixate on the GPA but there's often a much more to the story once you dig into the transcript, which we do when we're reviewing applications. So we're looking not just at what the final GPA is, but how you did semester by semester, what courses you took, what your major was, where you went to school, any particular circumstances that might have informed your performance. Obviously, people have things going on that might have affected, a semester or even beyond that. So we're looking at all those things to get a sense, and obviously the undergraduate record is just one piece of the larger puzzle. We're looking at that in the context of your testing, of your work experience, other elements, the behavioral assessment, to get a sense of your academic potential for our classroom.
Are there certain academic backgrounds or majors that are better than others?
There really aren't. We have students from such a broad diversity of academic backgrounds, as well as professional backgrounds and other dimensions of community. But certainly we have people who have economics or business backgrounds, but we have STEM majors, we have liberal arts majors, people who might have studied sort of fine arts or art history, philosophy, political science, so really a broad range. And we value that. We think that's an important part of the community here, and we feel that really enriches the classroom experience and what happens here at the School of Management.
So this is a business school program. How important is it to have a strong quantitative background?
Yeah, that's a great question. And we have, again, people coming in with lots of different academic profiles, academic backgrounds, academic experiences. There's no prerequisite for you to have a certain number or even any quantitative courses in your background. We have some people who, again, were either business or economics majors, have, a lot of the core quant classes, and some people who, were a liberal arts or other kind of major who don't have any. And so we're not looking at a fixed number of courses or fixed kind of exposure. We want to see that you succeeded in an academic environment, and that can take many forms and look many different ways depending on your particular background. And we will look at other aspects of your application too, again, testing your work experience, other things to gauge your preparation for the quantitative part of the program. And if you don't have exposure, but we really like you, we think you'll be a great contributor to our community and a great alumna or alumnus after you graduate, we will, if you don't have that exposure, we might recommend a course, or we might do things to try and get you the exposure you need to really hit the ground running once you start the program.